Hello, my name's Carole Miles and I'm a visual artist and a member of the Deep Roots Tall Trees Choir who are based in Corby. Over the last 3 years we've been working on a project called Changing Corby, and this workshop is brought to you as part of the summer solstice celebrations with a nod to what we learned about Latvian culture. As we can't be together to have a spectacular celebration of all the cultures that we've visited over the last 3 years, we thought it would be a good idea if in our virtual spaces we could make our own summer solstice wreaths and garlands for our hair. In Latvia, it's traditional for the women to wear headdresses made with wildflowers, herbs, grasses, and for the men to wear crowns of oak leaves. I've never done anything like this before, and here is my first attempt. Over the course of this video, we'll be looking at a rather Heath Robinson way of putting together a wreath for solstice with things that you can find in your garden or out on your walks with very basic materials. Here are some of the materials that you will need. Today I've been out gathering resources for the wreath making and have found young willow, honeysuckle and clematis, all of which make good bases if you don't want to use wire for your crown support. I've also found a lot of lovely long grasses which give you volume, and a selection of daisies, calendula, sweet william, other sorts of wildflower, seed heads, ferns, privet, and a whole host of other things which we can use to wrap into our support. You may choose to use scissors, garden twine, string or thread. You can also use garden wire, the plastic covered kind, which is quite good. Make a loop, measure it round your head, and then at the ends, twist and turn little loops on either end. With this method, you're going to be wrapping small amounts of greenery together with thread and then adding them to the wire loop. Carry on building until you create your floral headdress. I'm now going to continue working on the non-wire version of the headdress. So using some rather bendy willow, don't get the ends that are too woody because they tend to break. Take some green garden twine, cut it into small lengths like so, and tie a knot. And do it in different places. You can trim off the excess string later on, but you might need it, so just keep the ends loose for the time being. And measure round your head, bring it around, weave it through and add more ties. And tie it with a double knot. Once you have your basic structure, you can start to add the rest of your flowers and foliage. Then you start to apply your wildflowers. And if you work round, keeping your flowers quite short, not quite as short as that, and tie them in. You can tie them in clumps or individually, Just make sure that they're well secured. That might just slip in there. Hate wasting a flower. There we go. What you're aiming to create is a really lush, full, abundant headdress. Add as much as you can. Oak leaves are traditional for the men's headdresses, but I couldn't find any of those. But what you do want are soft branches that have large, abundant leafiness. You can find lots of excellent images on Pinterest. Please be aware of current guidelines on the picking of wildflowers. Some are protected species. I hope you've enjoyed this video and that you have lots of fun making your own garlands. I look forward to seeing you on Zoom on Sunday the 21st of June between 3 and 5 p.m, where we can make garlands together and you can show off your wonderful creations. Can't wait to see what you've made. If you can't attend the Zoom workshop but would like to make a headdress anyway, please follow the instructions in the video or work out your own method, take a photograph and send them to Judy Kane, who is the project coordinator for the Deep Roots Tall Trees Changing Corby project. Goodbye for now.